Hi, my name is Tom. I'm 44 years old. I had a stroke 2 years ago on October 30th, 2019, and this is just an overall demonstration of my guitar playing ability since the stroke. Both sides of my body were affected. The left side came back pretty quickly, but the right side still has a deficit. I go into a little more detail on my video from 6 months ago. But anyway, I'm just going to demonstrate where my playing stands right now. So first I'm going to show some strumming. So that I can do pretty good as long as it's not like a real fast tempo. My shoulder and my arm, they're still pretty weak, but they've gotten a lot stronger over the past 6 months. And that's what, that's kind of the thing that's holding me back the most. But I've been able to strum a lot smoother and faster as the shoulder has gotten stronger. It still feels like there's sort of like something constantly pulling my arm down and back, so I gotta fight it. But that's why my strumming has gotten a lot smoother in that sense. If I try to strum real fast, though, it'll get like ragged, so. So when I try to strum real fast up and down, basically there's tone kicking in. Tone is something from the brain if you have an injury or a brain injury or a stroke or whatever, where it's like it's causing the muscles to sort of fire on their own involuntarily, and tone kind of kicks in whenever you do something fast. That kind of affects it more. My tone has gotten better, but I'm still doing therapy and stuff. So anyway, now I'm going to try throwing some single note stuff in between the chords. I'm going to use Cat Stevens' Wild World chorus, where he does that C scale rundown. So 6 months ago, I had a lot of trouble with that. I still have to concentrate greatly when throwing little lines in, but that's definitely an improvement. And now I'm going to try some, I want to call it intricate picking, where like I have to skip strings and hit particular strings while keeping like a picking pattern going. I'm going to use Judas Priest Beyond the Realms of Death for this. So this is how it should sound. I'm going to go real slow first. I already messed up. You can see, yeah, I was able to do it for a couple rounds, and then I started messing up because as I'm concentrating so hard, my arm rather, is starting to feel like very stiff and making it difficult to pick the appropriate string. And I'm going to also demonstrate with Led Zeppelin's Immigrant song. I'll do this without distortion. So I used to be able to play this fine before the stroke. I'm going to go real slow first. That wasn't too bad going very slow. But now if I try to bring it up to normal speed, this is how it's going to sound. Obviously not, there yet. I'm hitting the A string. So, but believe it or not, as bad as that sounded, it was better than I could have done 6 months ago. I'm gonna do a blues rock thing. I have a link to in the description of me playing this same blues rock thing from before the stroke. So I'm just gonna play part of it right now, just to kind of show what I can do. Anyway, pretty sloppy, but an improvement. I'm going to demonstrate some downstroke power chords and galloping. So I like to play a lot of rock and metal, and downstroke power chords and galloping are a big part of that genre. That's about the tempo I'm comfortable at and can play for, like, maybe a couple minutes. Any faster, either won't last real long or it starts getting sloppy. So let me bring up the metronome here. So that's 110 beats a minute, which isn't like very fast for eighth notes. So I'm gonna kick it up to 130 and let's see what happens. So I was able to keep up for a little bit, and then my arm just started getting very tense, and I had to give up, but it's still an improvement over 6 months ago. Galloping. That's about as fast as I could do it relatively cleanly. Any faster, it's going to get sloppy. I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, and half their catalog is galloping, and it's much faster. I used to play in an Iron Maiden tribute about 20 years ago or whatever, and needless to say, I could gallop much better beforehand, but this is still a big improvement. And now I'm going to demonstrate some finger picking. First, I'm going to play the intro to Stairway to Heaven, and then I'm going to do the finger-picked intro to Neil Diamond's Forever in Blue Jeans. So first, Stairway, which you're probably all familiar with. Start that over again. Blue Jeans. Stairway was at least recognizable. It probably sounds, if I was a beginner, it sounded like a good first effort, not for somebody playing 30 years. But unless you know Forever in Blue Jeans, you're not going to really get a sense of what the song sounds like. But, as I keep saying, even a few months ago, I couldn't do it nearly as well as I'm going to do it right now. And this is something before the stroke that I could play very well. I'm going to link a video in the description. So if you watch me finger picking both those things, you probably notice these two fingers, I still have trouble separating them. They have gotten a little more independent, but you can see when I want to hit something with the ring finger or a string with the middle finger, I have to rotate my hand a bit rather than them being, completely independent like they should. But still an improvement. I make a lot of these short videos where I'm demonstrating just alternate picking or just finger picking, etc. Those are when I do those little short videos, those are the best examples of my playing at that time. So if I take an alternate picking video where I'm playing, scales at 80 beats a minute and I'm only doing it for 30 seconds or something, I might have taken 3 or 4 different takes and then chose the best one. So, now let's see. So, if you notice too, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but while I'm finger picking, when I'm playing guitar in general right now, my whole body is tense, mostly because the shoulder, there's so much effort to keep it in place that my whole body is just compensating by tensing everything up. But especially when finger picking, even my jaw, I'm working my jaw and stuff. And let's see. So that's what I can do right now. Things that I have trouble doing. Palm muting, I think I was kind of demonstrating that when I was doing the power chords and whatnot, but it's difficult for me to palm mute. There, I'm doing it, but if I was to play and then do something not palm muted and then have to put my hand back in position, it's difficult. So if I'm going to play something palm muted, I've got to get my hand in position and then just stick with it. Otherwise, I won't be able to go back to it just on the fly. Let's see, finger tapping. So definitely an improvement, but not ready for prime time yet. Manipulating the pick in my hand. That's something I've been working on, trying to just pick it up and then try to get it into playing position without having to help it with my left hand. I can get it like 80% of the way there, but I still have to use my left hand to get it into proper position. And that goes to something, let's say I'm playing some kind of finger pick thing, like Stairway to Heaven, for instance. The first part is pure finger picking, and then you get to the and then you get to the part you got to strum. So normally I would just grab it out of my mouth with the right hand real quick, and then go into the. But since I have to assist it with my left hand, you know, I couldn't like play Stairway to Heaven live or anything where I have to take the pick quickly out of my mouth and put it into place, because that would just ruin the flow of the song. The bar. Started trying to use that over the past few months, and it's still a chore. It's improving, but I'm just going to demonstrate a song that uses the bar a lot is Walk Don't Run. First I'm going to play it without the bar, not the whole song, but... Alright, now I'm going to play it like it's supposed to be with using the bar. So you can see I can press it down, but I can't just do it effortlessly and in time like it should be. So anyway, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over some things I'm doing to help my hands and fingers. I have a rubber band that I'll do exercises with, just stretching it out. I have this, where is it? Back here. A ball to squeeze. I have this TheraPutty. It's like similar to Silly Putty. It's got different levels of resistance, and I manipulate that in my hands. I have this old Gripmaster finger exerciser that I've had since, I don't know, I was in high school. My left hand, you can see I can do each one individually. For the longest time since the stroke, I wasn't even able to use it at all, but I can now, with the right hand, press down at least with all fingers and get a minor degree of isolation with a couple of them. But said 6 months ago, I couldn't even have pressed down on that thing. I made this contraption here out of foam and coin holders. And I did this to try to see if I could help the finger isolation for finger picking. So what I do is I put the finger I want to work on, I don't put a coin wrapper in that hole, and then I move it back and forth while it sort of restrains the other fingers. So I've been using that for a couple months. I don't know if it's helping, but it's definitely not hurting, so that can't be a bad thing. And then what I'll do is at a table where I'm sitting in this chair watching TV, I'll demonstrate. I'll use a flat surface like this book, and I'll just try to tap my fingers. Ring finger. The ring finger I can get maybe, I don't know, 3/4 of the time on a good day on its own. Now it doesn't want to go, but so I'll do finger tapping on the table. So, and then also to help my fingers, because this all kind of translates just to general dexterity and finger independence. I practice piano. That'll help, and then also typing at my computer keyboard, so that all kind of contributes to my therapy. and that all, contribute to being able to play guitar. So in terms of when I can get back to teaching, I don't know if it's going to be a number of months or if it's going to be a couple more years. I really can't say, but I'm still definitely improving. So yeah, thanks for watching.